You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the Hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
But don't be shy, for I can't wait to watch you fry. Whee!
Everyone knows you can't come.
A Beginner's Guide to Transfiguration was Miley's favourite textbook.
I cannot.
Come now, Annabelle. It was a long...
Some of us don't necessarily want them to get back to the lesson.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me! Found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Accio.
Very good. Happens to the best of us. Splendid! Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go! That is how it's done.
Accio.
Watch this. There we go. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Accio.
That's it!
Lisa. Do not think I will start going easy on you now.
Accio.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go! Phew. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well. Do not think I will start going easy on you now. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. Ouch! Well played. Watch this. There we go. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Accio!
Be sharp. Yes!
Accio!
Stay focused.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronen wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it
A
on
word,
clothing,
if you
to be
would.
precise, Sebastian.
You wanted
know
to
it
speak
won't
with me,
work with
Professor?
humans.
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Is that all you've got? Yeah.
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast. This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier. Levioso, go! Now, the basic cast. Levioso, go! Now, the basic cast. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Levioso!
Protego!
Protego? That complicates things. Good form.
I know.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
If only all of my students were this adept.
Levioso!
Protego!
I do enjoy lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned? Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Lucan Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Fills our stone hearts with joy. someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
If I had to pick a favourite professor, I'd choose Garnet. Underneath that cheeky soda like...
If Hogwarts survives the reign of this headmaster, I think we should have a Mooncalf in charge. Oh, my exams. Phew. Not a one of them deserves more than a tea.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went...
They...
See,
Have you and Professor... That's... I'm not sure I have...
No.
I'm eager to get to... I'd like to go with Natty.
What? No.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Professor, why must...
Good luck.
Stayed up almost the entire night. I really have made a mess of things.
Don't know why the common room all had...
I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Levioso, Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Lumos. Levioso. Perhaps I'll come back to this. Lumos. Protego. Lumos. Levioso. I should come back to this another time. I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Protego! Accio! Lumos! Accio! I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Accio! Lumos! Accio! Lumos! I should come back to this another time. Accio! I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Levioso! I don't think. Now, best to come back. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Levioso. Accio. I should come back to this another time. I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Revelio. I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Perhaps I'll come back to this. I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Revelio. I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Levioso. Accio. Perhaps I'll come back to this. I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Accio! Protego! I should come back to this another time. Perhaps I'll come back to this.
Look out!
Accio! I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Levioso! Protego! Revelio! Lumos.
I've never had difficulties with bouncing bulbs. Simple knockback.
Revelio.
I took my copy of 1000 Fungi to Herbology and I left it in the greenhouse by the mattress. Sharp was horrified I didn't have it for his class. Said I need to get my...
I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Perhaps I'll come back to this. Revelio. I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Revelio. Protego. Revelio. Revelio. I should come back to this another time. Accio.
Look out!
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Revelio!
I need to get some dragonhide gloves for herbology. I refuse to Chinese.
Revelio! I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Protego!
Have you been to the Owlery lately? House elves are falling a bit behind cleaning this week.
The portraits in the castle don't always have something interesting to say, but many of them do chatter on along the way.
I was trapped on the grand staircase for an hour the other day waiting for it to move. Sharp didn't...
Revelio!
Have you been in any other... I'd love to know what it's like to be in another house, just for a day.
My friends and I like to spend our evenings watching the sunset from the Quidditch pitch. That's all the pitch is good for this year, sadly.
I should come back to this another time. I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back.
I've always said that travel
Protego!
broadens the mind.
Levioso!
How can one not fancy Professor Carlick? Brilliant with plants, and her energy is captivating.
Revelio!
I make it have something to do with his time as an aura.
Speaking of astronomy, I'm surprised you're not fixated on Venus. The amount of time you spend talking about Amit Dakar.
You should hear Shah talking about divination. It's a wonder when eyes ears don't capture light. What's to say stars don't colour light?
I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Revelio! Perhaps I'll come back to this. Revelio! Should come back to this another time. I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back. Revelio!
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. Revelio!